Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Duck Adventure. And today's episode is going to be truly Icecovy. It went down to -10. The lake, I'm looking at it right now, is completely covered in ice. I've got the pivot heads on. I got to go down and break ice to get the ducks home. I don't know how this is how it's gonna happen. And the thing is that last night I pulled the aluminum boat into the bush. And I'm thinking the canoe, it's going to be interesting how thick the ice is. But I'm going to let these girls out. Actually, everybody's pretty laid back here. They're really laid back. Wake up, ducks! Last night, I looked out and everybody was in the barn. So, oh, and you're not going to believe it, guys. I've been up since 3 a.m. I woke up, actually, it was just before 3 I woke up, and as soon as I woke up, I had the solution to my electrical problem. It came to me at the middle of the night. I knew what was wrong and why the ground fault plugs wouldn't work yesterday. So I've now got a plan of action, which I don't have to go to town to fix, but I don't know why I didn't think of it yesterday. But it was amazing. I woke up at 3 a.m. and it was just like, I woke up completely wide awake, and with the problem solved in my head, I was like, okay, now I know how I'm gonna fix it. All right, I'm gonna let these guys out, and then we're gonna go down and rescue a whole bunch of muscovies. I don't believe it. Oh man, I hope we don't have anything bad down there. I'm hoping everything's all right, that they're out of the water. I hope they're not sitting in the water frozen, because ducks are notorious for doing that. All right, ducks, come on, everybody, wake up. Nobody's even really that excited about coming out of the pen here. They're certainly loud. Holy mackerel. They're still asleep. Wake up, ducks. Yeah, they're not even that interested in coming out. Alright, I gotta go to the lake. Alright, well, let's go do a rescue. I hope this is not a bad situation. I hope they're not sitting in the water frozen. I'm praying. I hope they had enough brains to get out of the water and not be sleeping in the water. We'll find out here shortly. And last night I dragged that down here, and I got a hunch I'm gonna have to drag it back because I don't think the canoe's gonna be able to break the ice. Okay, the Muscovy male was stuck in the water. There's broken ice patches all over. He was in the water, but we're missing a bunch of females unless they flew back. But I didn't see them come out of the pen because I only see 5 females, and I was positive last night that I saw 9 come down here. I don't know if that's showing up. There's broken ice right there. They were walking around in the ice, and it looks like it's been breaking up on them. I don't see any ducks down there. Well, I'm gonna try the canoe. It doesn't look like the ice is too thick, but I can't believe that I'm missing a bunch of birds, because I know I saw like more than what's sitting there fly down last night, unless they flew back this morning. I know one thing, I should have worn my big winter jacket. It's cool. Alright, I'm gonna get the canoe out here and see if I can pull this off. But I'm just like, I don't know, I got a bad feeling, guys. There's a bunch of females missing. But I know the females can fly back. This male's gonna be a trick to get him back. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'll give her a crack here and see what happens. It's cold, isn't it, Doug? Alright, let's get this happening. Oh, taking a canoe out in icy water. Oh man, I'd feel so much better if it was the aluminum boat, but I'll see if I can do this. I just like to know where those other females went. Because guys, I've been up since 3 and I saw nobody in the yard this morning. I don't see any birds down there at all. All right. Oh, canoeing in ice. Ooh, this is not good in the canoe, guys. It's really tippy. Doug! Oh, you can't be out here. Doug, you gotta go back to shore. Go on. You walk out in the ice and you'll get stuck out here. Okay, that male looks like he's getting back. The ice actually should be thicker in there. It's always the first part to freeze. Doug, oh, you're not. I don't believe this. I'm forcing the ducks back. Doug! Oh, you're... Oh, Doug, you're going to get cold coming out here. Well, the male's back there now. But he was stuck out here in the water when I first came out. Bunch. The females must have flown back. But the canoe is at its limit here in the ice. Like how much ice? How thick is it here? It looks like it's between about 3/8 and a half an inch. Oh, a little bit of a chill, eh, Dougie? It's cool, isn't it, Doug? Oh, you got ice on your belly already. All right, let's get back in here. Oh. jeez. Oh, that's slippery. Oh, Doug's cold. He's brushing against me here. Well, the scobies went back. Doug actually was the cause of it. So there should be 15 females in the yard. 50, yeah, 15. I'm going to leave the canoe down here just in case. Whoa! Oh, that's close. I almost just slipped back. There, guys. Everything's covered nice. It's actually supposed to warm up and get rain this week. It's supposed to be like highs of 8 and 10 and rain. So this cold snap is only supposed to be last night and tonight. But let's go and do a quick count of females in the yard and see if they did fly back this morning. Well, they beat me home. But the ducks are a little bit weird here. They're not interested in going anywhere. They're just hanging right around the front of the pen. It's brisk this morning, guys. I'm wearing the wrong clothes. I'm going to do a quick count here on my bird situation. Maybe they aren't the ones that just came back. All right, I'm going to do a quick count here. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. Okay, there's 3 females missing. Mo, 1 male and 3 females. It looks like. Let's see if there's any hiding in here. Nope, no birds in here. So it looks like I'm gonna do another count here, guys. It looks like there's 3 females and 1 male missing. They didn't beat me home. I just walked around the front and I looked down the swamp and I see the male walking back with some females here. There's a male and 2 females. Oh, there she's gonna fly back. So probably maybe the third one sitting down in the mouth of the creek. That's not fair doing that to the male. The poor male has to walk. Everything's frozen here. I gotta do a bunch of winter stuff, more winter stuff today. So I guess this is officially my 3rd season of wintering ducks. It's gonna be interesting if I can pull it off this year, guys. I'm looking forward actually to sharing it with you, and it's gonna be interesting to see what this winter's gonna be like. You know, we're gonna have 2 shocks going. We got more ducks. I think it's like 82 ducks or something crazy like that. It's 11 more or something. I don't know. I forget. I did the numbers and put it on the video, and then I went brain dead. But I'm going to do one more quick count here on the scovies just to make sure that everybody's here. So there's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yes. So there's 14. One of the girls we lost. The rough Angel's partner in crime. So the ducks are they don't know what to do. They're walking around thinking this is no fun. Everything's frozen. This is how cold it was last night. I'll just show you here. How thick that ice is, guys. Winter's here. I've got to run to town. I got a really quick trip to do. Not even electrical related, but I gotta go to town, then I gotta come back and I gotta get that shack done and get things set up here. Get things happening for the ducks for winter. Look at these lazy ducks. They're sleeping. This cool weather, right? It's taking them a while to get into the groove. I guess they're just like I am, you know, when it first gets cold, I'm really, you know, not that interested in being active. But you know, by January, you know, you're running around like a crazy man in the cold, and the ducks are the same way. I was just, finishing the edit actually on tonight's episode, which has the census on it, and I realized that we lost a gander from last year. We lost a gander, one of the originals from last year, this year, out there in the wilderness. Probably a coyote, or maybe even a snapping turtle, because they are, they do drown, full-grown geese. And unfortunately, guys, I can't remember how many geese I successfully hatched, so, we don't have as many birds as I thought we were going to have, but it's a good flock. I like the looks of them. We got a lot of really cute ones, and I think we lost mascara duck. I'm 99% sure. I don't remember seeing her. And it's a blur. When I was doing the sort, and and Matt was checking the sheet off, and I was going through, and I was looking at the the pink tags on their legs, and it was like, when you're trying to get something done, and it's like it's really you need like a bunch of people helping that are all marking things down exactly what you're doing. And unfortunately, when you're trying to wing through stuff here, and we're not a scientific operation, but my gut's telling me mascara duck is gone, because I haven't seen I haven't seen mascara duck with the pink tag. Now there is some new mascara ducks, but I haven't seen her. Maybe she'll appear, we'll get a view of her, because now, there's not that many ducks, and we're going to get, probably a lot more attached to them, and they'll all get names, or most of them will get names that stand out. But I got to go to the garage, take care of some things, then I got to whip to town, and get back here and get this electrical situation done, and work on the shed, and get it set up for the winter. Well, Doug and I are back. Hello, ducks! They gotta let me know that they know I'm home. They're rooting in the garden. Well, it's time to get this electrical done, and clean the barn out, or clean that shed out, and get the nesting boxes set. Get the facility expansion underway here. But I've got a crazy story for you guys. I stopped in at the feed store to grab a pair of work gloves, and the woman in there, she was telling me she has horses. We were talking about coyotes and how many ducks I lost. This is crazy. She lost, they don't know where the horse is, but they lost a 1,200-pound horse to the coyotes. The horse lives on a 100-acre fenced-in bush lot, and with field and bush, and the horse, they've searched the whole 100 acres, can't find any sign of the horse. 1,200 pounds gone, and she's got a coyote problem. And they're trying to get the coyotes and shoot them, and but there's so many of them. But imagine that, a 1,200-pound horse just disappearing. They can't find, there's no carcass, nothing. They can't find anything. They've searched the whole area, and they don't know if the horse jumped out trying to get away from the coyotes. And but the thing is, the horse has never come back, and she says it's very strange. Which I think is just bizarre, to lose 1,200 pounds of animal to the coyotes. That just shows you how ruthless these animals are. You've got a pack of them. There's not much they can't take down. Just lose a 1,200-pound horse. Guys, I'm so focused on getting this done because daylight here is very short, and I totally forgot to grab the camera. So what I've had to do is I've got coming out of the barn, I've got 3 lines coming out of the barn, which was an old 120-volt line with a neutral, power, and a ground. So what I've had to do is take the 2 lines, the neutral and the power, and turn them into 2 hot lines, and I've got the ground, which now I'm running it as a neutral, over to here. Now I need a ground in the shed because really you shouldn't have no ground. I just happen to have, believe it or not, I had a 7-foot grounding rod, an old one here, so I've just pounded into the ground already about 6 feet. That's when I realized I didn't videotape anything for you guys today. I just happen to have some copper cable for grounding, and I got to ground it to that box there so that everything's got a proper ground in here. So a little bit more screwing around than I wanted to do, but I've got it working. I've got the power over here. I've got 240 volts at 15 amps here, so I've got enough to run a heater and run everything else that has to be ran out of this shack. A little MacGyvering, but hey, I had everything here, which is just a bonus. So I'm going to get back to work here because I've got maybe another hour of sunlight, and I'm absolutely terrible working in low light conditions with glasses. I don't know if it's because I've been living in the country for 20 years, but I don't throw anything out, guys. And when I do throw things out, I usually take things apart and strip them and keep parts. And just now I needed a part, which I've had these in a jar in my garage for, well, I moved in here and I replaced all the power in my house when I first moved into this house. I think it was the second year I was here, so it'd be almost 18 years I've had these things in a jar, and right now I need one of them. Look at that. I actually have exactly what I need, like exactly. So that I can attach the grounding cable inside the box. I don't believe it, I'm just batting 1,000 here. So what's gonna happen is this cable, I'm gonna put this connector on, and then I'm gonna ground it to the box so that the whole shed is grounded properly. I just don't believe it. I had everything I needed. You know, and the thing was, this morning when this came to me at 3 a.m., I just something just told me I had everything and just go at it, man. And, you know, the job took a little longer than I thought it was going to take, but hey, I didn't have to run another line over here, and it's a safe, almost legal system actually. Well, guys, I'm pumped. It's done. I got it finished. Now I might have to screw around and make another bracket or change the way I'm going to mount it. I don't know yet. We'll see how this works and what kind of temperature we get on the floor. But there's the unit. 1500 watts. It'll do 1500 and 1700 watts of infrared heat. So, you know, supposedly it'll shoot the heat to the floor. It's on a separate circuit. Nothing else is touched. Everything else is still on its own circuit like it was before. So I officially doubled the amount of power coming to this building, and I pulled it all off with MacGyver pieces, and the only thing I had to buy was a $14 ground fault. I had everything here. It just shows when you're living in the country, man, you throw nothing out. So I'm going to get the wheelbarrow, and put my tools away and get the wheelbarrow, and I'm going to shovel this out and put the nesting boxes in here and sort of get it sort of semi-configured. And it's a work in progress. We'll figure out, you know, how it's going to have to be laid out exactly as the winter goes. But I've got the screwing around part done. The rest of it's just basically mindless poop shoveling. I didn't realize how late it was. I was just going to start cleaning out the shed and bring the nesting boxes over, and then, you know, do what I'm going to do so the ducks can't lean against the metal walls. And I look up and there's no sun in the sky. It's gone. It's the end of the day already. So I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna put all my tools away, and I still gotta do the duck chores. But nobody's gone down to the lake. Nobody's tried to walk down there. The ice, they've gone and looked at the ice, and then they just did basically a U-turn and came back. They've been spending a lot of time in the garden actually drilling in the straw. Dougie's wound right up. This cool weather, he's seriously active. He's been doing a fair share of attacking me actually. He wants to play. And the Scovies, I don't know if they're going to head down to the lake. They're going to get a shock if they head down, because it didn't warm up today at all. There's like, it's still ice. I look at the lake and it's just a big sheet of ice. So if they decide to fly down, they're going to land, slide, and come right back. But the ducks are a little upset because I've been working in the pen. Doug, come here. They want to go into the pen. They keep going over to the pen, but because I'm going in and out with the wheelbarrow and the tools and everything, they're not happy. They came down here, I guess, sort of in defiance. But tomorrow I gotta officially take the water out and get the wet vac and suck the line out and get it ready for winter and get the metal shack done, and we'll get everything set up here for the ducks for the winter. But I'm gonna get some food, top up their food, because I put a food in the barn here tonight because they've got to start. Well, last night actually, guys, I was shocked. I looked at the window and I was going to bed, and they were like, there was no ducks in the pen at all. And I looked and there was a big party going on in the barn, but most of them were in here. So I brought a feeder in here. The geese are ripping the floor up. They're ripping all the tape up that's holding the floor down. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Leave it to the geese. They love ripping at things. But I'm going to get my tools away and do the duck chores here and top up the feeders. And I just realized too, when I looked and there was no sun, I thought to myself, why am I so tired? Then I realized I've been up since 3 a.m. So I started early, but I solved my problem. I've got power, we got heat. We're loaded for bear here as far as capacity is concerned. I got to show you this male. He's so pretty. Just look at him, he's gorgeous. There's two of them like that. He's actually been staying in the pen all day with me. There was a female and him, and they were just basically staying around, walking around, following me around. Well, between Doug following me and those two ducks. I got so focused today, guys, I didn't grab the camera and show you exactly what I have done today, but I think you got the drift. I can't believe the ducks, how early they go into the pen at night now. The geese are trying to eat the heater. I had the same goose just pounding on the heater. But I was just in the garage. I went to get my supper for tomorrow night and grab a duck for tomorrow night out of the freezer from upstairs, and I realized I have a job I got to do, and I have to do it tonight. I have to gut my oven and clean it, because this morning I was cooking Doug his duck feet, and at 4 o'clock this morning my kitchen was full of smoke because I was cooking at 350, and normally, you know, I cook duck at 325 so the oven doesn't smoke. Well, the oven is just coated inside, and at 350 my kitchen, well, the fumes were so bad in the kitchen, my eyes were burning sitting on the computer. So I've got to go in right now and gut the inside of my oven and spray it so that tomorrow I can wash it down. So my day's not done. Well, ladies, this is for you. This is at least 125 ducks. It's a mess. And this morning when I was cooking Doug's duck feet, too many D's there, the kitchen, my eyes were burning. The fumes were so bad. It was burning off. And I could see the smoke coming out of the top of the stove, and it's bad. It needs to be done. And if I want to cook a duck tomorrow, I've got to do it tonight. So I'm going to take everything out of the oven, strip it, take it into pieces, put it in the back shed, and spray it with oven cleaner and let it sit overnight. All right, ladies, this is how I do it. I take everything out. I take the elements out. I gut it, so that it's just a lot faster to clean. It's unbelievably faster. If you take everything out, get your husband to take out the elements. I'm telling you, it's just, it does a better job, and you can wash the stove out faster. Now, the first time you take your elements out, it's going to be a real pain because nobody ever takes them out, and the screws, guaranteed, are going to be seized in, because last year it was a real bugger to get it out. But like, I just did it, and it took like 4 minutes to pop everything out of the oven. Now I'll spray it. When you wash it down tomorrow, you have to try to get around crooks and crannies because there's nothing in the way. Absolutely just wipes out. It's so fast, and then your stove looks like brand new. So I've got everything in the back room laid out on some plastic. I'm going to spray the door and the trays and everything, or not the trays, but the shelves out there. Spray the inside of this and let it sit overnight. So I've got a table set up here with some plastic on it, and I'm just going to spray everything. Let it soak, and I'm doing my toaster oven while I'm at it here because the inside of it's pretty bad too. It's from duck reheats. I reheat the breasts, and they splatter. So duck's bad, but hey, it's worth it. So get the spray cans out and start spraying. And don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends, and enjoy the show.